Everyone, and welcome back into my craft room and my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. I am so glad that you're here today. We are going to work on this beautiful card, and this has been going around the internet for some time now. But of course, I was late getting on the bandwagon. But this is an accordion fold card, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I open it. When you open it up, you have this accordion fold that allows you to put some messages throughout the center of the card, and then everything folds shut. This is such a beautiful layout, and I hope that you're going to love it as much as I do. I decorated it using a variety of stamps. I went back to the Spotlight on Nature for my butterfly. The Thoughtful Wishes, I used the dies to cut these pieces. I used the Unbound Love for my sentiments. You are loved. And then inside all of these sentiments, the love, hope, faith, and peace, and the happy birthday all came from Unbound Love. The wishing you the happiest of birthdays, I actually pulled that one from Happiest Days. And I think that's pretty much it. We're going to do the same card today, but we're going to do it in a different color, but it's going to be the same card. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing, I have already cut most of my pieces, and I want to show you what we have. These are for my die cuts. These will give me my flowers and my stems, and we need 2 of those. I'll pull some more cardstock. We're going to need one of these out of white. And it might help if I turn it in that direction. That will make it cut a little better. This is my strip that will go in the side, and this piece measures 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. We have a basic white card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to score that at 4 1/4. Then I have some mats. I have Gorgeous Grape. And this one is 4 by 5 1/4. I have Highland Heather that's going to mat on top of this. This piece is 3 3/4 by 5. And then we have our accordion fold. And this piece is 10 inches by 5 1/4. And we're going to do some scoring on it, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Then I have a couple pieces of scrap that we're going to use for making our little labels for the inside. So I hope my voice is going to hold up. We'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead and do our card base first. So I'm going to bring up my trusty scoreboard for this. And let's put this in and score it at 4 1/4. Give that a good press and lay it to the side. Then we're going to put this in, and this, we have got quite a few scores to make on it. We're going to score it at 2, and this is delicate paper, so I suggest using the larger tip instead of the fine one. We're going to score at 2, at 3, at 4, at 5, at 6, at 7, at 8, and that's it. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this is the piece that we're going to need to accordion fold. So we're going to, let's move our scoreboard, and then we'll have a little more room here on our desk. So this one is going to be a valley. Now, when you're folding this, make sure that your edges are lining up. That is important. I'm going to grab the plain folder so I can crease these as I go. Then we're going to fold this one back. Like that. Increase it. Then we're going to fold this one back like that. Give it a crease. Then we have this one. Fold it. Now these will get off just a little bit, but don't worry. It's not the end of the world. Your card will still line up and it'll still be beautiful. So just make sure you're getting a good score on all of these as you go. Now that we have these done, we're going to fold them in the other direction just so everything will crease up really well for us. And this is the way it's going to go in our card, just like this. So you want these pieces to definitely be kind of together. And these two larger 2-inch sections is what it will glue to our card. And that'll be on the inside of this one. And how we're going to do that is we are going to center this. Let's start with our left-hand side. We're going to give ourselves our little border right there, just like that. Isn't that pretty? And you can use glue or tape runner, or you can use two-sided tape, whatever your favorite adhesive. I'm just going to use some liquid glue. And I'm just going to generously run glue all over that side. And then I'm going to open this up. And I want to make sure that I'm getting my margins nice and straight. Once you get that down, then go ahead and give it a press with your bone folder. And now all we have to do is put glue on this one and close this over on it, just like that. So I'm going to hold this down. And this looks very complicated, but you can see how easy it is. And then I'm just going to fold that over on it, and I'll give it a little press. And I may even take one of my larger blocks and just lay it on it like that, so that can be adhering. Now we're going to get our die cut machine out, and let's do some die cutting. I'll zoom back off of this a little bit so y'all can see exactly what's going on. And I'm going to grab my number 1, my number 2, a number 3 cut plate, and a number 3 cover plate. That's all we're going to need for our dies. We're going to need one of these. So I am going to go ahead and cut this one. And then that one is done. We'll just lay that right there. And then we're going to cut this one. And this one, and with this one we need to do twice. It's cut. Now we need another piece of the green. I'm going to grab my take your pick tool just so I can kind of pick this out real quick. And all I'm going to do is just hit those little holes, just enough to get it where I can grab hold of it and pull that off just like that. That can go back on there like that. And I do need a piece of gorgeous gray. See if this one will fit. Nope, not quite big enough. This piece will definitely work. I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to go ahead and pop out the piece that I just cut. Just like that. Now these are delicate, so you need to be careful. And we're going to cut that one more time. And we do need to do one more thing. We're going to emboss using the Xenia 3D embossing folder, that smaller piece of top cardstock that's in Highland Heather. This is your piece that's 3 3/4 by 5. And we are going to lay this in. Get it centered right in the middle. Close it. We're going to lay it down on just the plate number 1, and then we're going to grab our specialty plate number 4, put that over it, and crank this through to emboss. And I think that will finish us up with our Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. So let's move him out of the way. I'll zoom y'all back in so you can see what I'm doing. All right, we have that embossing folder. Look how beautiful. Oh, you know, I put it in wrong. Ah. Maybe we'll make this a landscape card. Why not? I think that will work, and we hadn't done one like that. Yeah, let's try it. Why not do something different? All right, let's go ahead and get our pieces out of our dies. So I'm going to go ahead and poke these out. As you take this out, you need to pay close attention to any of the little pieces that may be left in there. You want to make sure you get those all out. We have 2 of these, and I want to show you how these are put together. This is so cute because you take your stems and you lay this over top of your flowers. And when you line it up, you are going to have just your flowers showing with the green leaves. Isn't that gorgeous? So let me show you how that's going to play out on, I'll get my silicone craft sheet out, and I'm going to put glue, but just on the back of the stems. Okay, we're going to start at the bottom. Lining everything up as we go. And there is our piece. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that Stampin' Up! Did this. It makes it so easy to have a two-tone leaf and flower die. I love that. I do apologize for my voice being so raspy, but I'm dealing with some type of infection, sinus related. So sometimes my voice will sound perfectly clear, and then other times it's very scratchy and grating, like it is today. And do the same thing. I'm just going to line this up. Like that. And then we have another one that is as beautiful as the first. Like this over here. Oops. All right, so now we're going to bring this piece back over. And you know what? I need to put glue on the back of this. So let's grab the silicone sheet again. And with this one, I want to lay these out something like this. And this is going to go over the middle. Something like that. Isn't that pretty? And I'm going to get a white. I've got a little bit of glue. Now we can go ahead and put this on our mat. Like that. We've got our sentiment too. Try this off so I don't sit in the alcohol wipe. Okay, so we've got our card, and it's going to be opening this way, remember, because it's going to be landscape. And this piece, we're going to put glue on. Lay this down and get it nice and centered. Give it a press. And we can turn it over and we can glue the back side. We'll just set this down and give ourselves a nice little border all the way around. Just this way. Right. So now we're going to need our sentiment piece. We're going to need our little piece for our butterfly. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this using the Versamark because I'm not planning on coloring the Versafine. I'm not planning on coloring this. I'm just going to stamp it and then I'm going to fussy cut it. And then the same for our sentiment. And this one we're going to do a little bit different. We've got a happy birthday, and that happy birthday comes from the Magnolia Mood. I'm going to stamp it right in the middle. And then we are going to pop this up. I think I'll just glue that straight down. And now we can bring this back over. And our happy birthday can go right here in the middle. Very pretty. We're going to pop this up on each end using Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see how that's going to sit. It's going to be perfect. If you want to, you can put just a ring of glue right there in the middle. There's the front of our card. Now all we have to do is work on our messages for the inside. And remember, we've got this piece here. This is going to go right here. So we'll have a place to stamp a message or whatever you want to, or you could write and sign it here. So I'm going to wait on that until I get my other pieces in. So for these, we're going to do some die cutting. And I'm going to bring this back up. We do still need to cut out our butterfly. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and fussy cut this real quick and get it taken care of. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Blend, and I'm going to go around the edge of this just to kind of clean it up. Anytime I fussy cut, this is a good thing to do. Kind of gives you back your black edge. Like that. Okay, my little butterfly is going to get stuck right about there. So let's go ahead and put him down with a little bit of glue. That can be drying while we're doing our die cutting. I'll zoom back out a little bit. Let's put our plates in and grab our we're going to be using the Unbound Love dies, and we're going to be using that small one right there. This one right here. And we're going to need to cut 2 out of white and 2 out of the gorgeous gray. Okay, so now we have our pieces all cut, and what we're going to do is we're going to frame the gorgeous scrape in the white, and we're going to frame the white in the gorgeous scrape. So when we put them in, they're going to look like that. We also need a circle for our happy birthday. I'm going to cut a circle out of this piece that I cut from. Just punch a 2-inch circle. Bring our card back over, and so now we are ready to get these in. And we're going to do, let me show you how to put these together. We need to stamp first. So let's move our frames. And let's do our stamping. So I'm going to use my gorgeous grape, and I'm going to bring over my Unbound Love stamp set. And I think I'm going to do love. And gorgeous scrape on this one. Faith on that one. Right, on this one. And piece on this one. And on the darker ones, I'm going to use my Versamark ink, and we're going to heat emboss those with a white embossing powder. So let's do our gorgeous grape first. There's love. Let's do peace. We have this one out. Let's do the happy birthday. Get our Versamark and our Embossing Essential Toolkit. I need my embossing buddy. Once you prep that with your anti-static tool, then we're ready to do our faith. Very good. And we need to do hope. Very, very pretty. So now we are ready to pick these up, bring up our white embossing powder, and emboss. I think while I've got this one already out and already hooked in here, I'm going to close my embossing powder. Go ahead and get my heat tool prepped and ready to go. We're going to go ahead and heat set this one. And then we'll do faith. Quick and easy. And it looks so pretty. So now we can go ahead and put our frames and our pieces together. And all I'm going to do is pop them in like that and take a piece of tape and run it across the back, catching the edge. Just like that, and that holds that in perfectly. So now we need a white frame, and we're going to just pop it in, turn it over. This one I got a little piece of tape hanging over, so I'm just going to go in and trim that off. Then we have one more. All right, so these are our pieces, and we're ready to go ahead and get these in. So I'm going to do love and faith. And all we're going to do is put a little bit of glue on the bottom side of this. Same with the rest of them. We'll come down to this end because we're going to put happy birthday right in the middle. Again, the bottom. Then our happy birthday is going to go right in the middle, just like that. And we just need adhesive across this little bottom section. Just like that. Now we have this little piece that we're going to stamp something on. And this one, I think I'm going to do Thinking of You Today and Every Day. Like that. And we're going to kind of stamp it over to the side like this. And maybe right here. And then that'll give you room enough to sign your card underneath. So let's pull that over. I'm going to get that gorgeous grape ink again. take some glue and put on the back of this. Pop it in. Something like that. And then I'm going to fold everything down. Make sure this all folds together like this. And press it. And there is your beautiful pop-up birthday card. When it's sitting up, it looks like this. And closed, it looks like this. Now we do want to put a couple gems on it. And I'm going with my Rhinestone Basic Jewels. I love these. I think I'm okay for those smaller ones, just to make this a delicate card. Do one there. One there. I'm going to do the big one right up here. And there we go. What a beautiful card. And you can see it wasn't difficult to make. Oh my goodness, what a pop. Love it both ways. Here is the landscape. This one I did in landscape. This one I did in portrait. Both of them are absolutely beautiful. I'll have the measurements and all the items that I used listed in the PDF tutorial that I'll have available on my blog for you. And that is a free download as a thank you from me for watching my video and wanting to reproduce my cards. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. You have been a wonderful audience. I love each and every one of you so very much. And until we craft again, as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring honor and glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. Until next time, take care. God bless. Bye-bye.